Nope. Nope, he's got a mouth on his crotch. Nope. Off we go to the UK, Reese. The Castle Prosperina. I have no idea if that's real or not.
Wait, why the fuck are they in Lincoln? Why are they in the fens?
How annoyed would you be if it said England, but then, like, the map put them in, like, in the south of Wales?
Very.
Honestly, I'd be annoyed at that as well.
Do you ever remember a bridge like this in Lincoln?
Nope.
And since when does the moon look that big in this part of England?
The moon is huge. Oh, God. This is why it rains so much in England. The moon's just, like, zooming in. Oh, look! Blazing statue of the Virgin Mary.
Blood for the blood god.
Oh, shit, the room's rotating. It's this bullshit.
No, that is not blasphemy. Well, don't be blasphemy.
Oh, Reese. It's doing things, Reese.
Oh, no.
Look at this shit.
What the fuck?
Sam, help! I can't. This is fucking with my head so badly, Reese. No, I can do it with, like, oh.
I see why the statues are bleeding from the eyes, because that's what this does to you. And these are the other characters who've tried to enter into this room.
Those are the statues in honor of the speedrunners.
There are no more continues, my friend.
Oh, God. No, we got one more continue. Just gotta actually, like, get through this. I don't, like, I want to meet whoever came with this level, but I don't know if I want to shake their hand or punch them.
Want to do both?
Like, this is genius. This is genius and sadistic and ah. Oh, we reached the end. Good. I genuinely thought, when the screen started moving, that we were going to have to rotate the room. It's Reese! The game's trying to torture me, Reese.
Oh, no. I know where you are now.
Where?
Australia.
Yeah. Oh, God. Also part of the UK.
No.
As I said to Sam, they have the Queen on their money.
They're not part of the UK, although obviously the Queen is their head of state too. But obviously, when our head of state still is their head of state, we've won.
And I think if you create a country out of thin fucking air, you've won.
They've like, the controls are the same, but they reversed the climbing controls, which is that's not good.
I was like trying to play any kind of flight simulation or any game that allows you to fly with the controls inverted.
Or just trying to play Hellblaze on mute.
Unless you know what you're doing, there's one part of the game where you absolutely need the headphones on. And when I say unless you know what you're doing, I mean unless you know all of the movements of the enemies, all the patterns, all the timing, unless you know all that. Good.
Yeah, like down is climb on this floor.
Just flip your controller upside down.
No, because left and right is still the same. That's the sadistic part.
Just the bit of AVGN plays Friday the 13th. I guess I'll go right because it's right on the map.
What a wonderful game. The bare basics of left and right do not apply.
You better be fucking enjoying this, you two. Like, this is actually starting to hurt my eyes, doing this room over and over again. Do you want to be Googling if Castle Prosperine is a real castle?
Yeah. I'll do that then.
Like, we might as well, while I repeat this room like a million fucking times.
It would be ridiculous. This castle being a portal to Australia.
Oh, God. Portal to Australia, the sequel to Elevator to Hell, the sequel to Stairway to Heaven.
It's supposed to be in Whitby. Oh, that's fantastic. No, I looked it up. It's Bloodstained Stage 6 Castlevania wiki fandom. According to the Japanese and European instruction booklets, the castle is located in Whitby, while there was never a Castle Prosperina. Yeah, they say it's Whitby, and of course you know why that's so hilarious.
Go on.
What castle inspired Bram Stoker to write Dracula?
Whitby Castle.
Whitby Castle.
Oh, that's probably deliberate though, because the plot of this is that they're trying to revive Dracula at this castle. Oh, I think I think we're actually up to the Dracula boss fight, because it's the bullshit sky stairway. I genuinely almost said stair skyway then, that would have been fucking creepy. Oh, here we go. Of course the Grim Reaper shows up. He's attacking us with fucking tarot cards, Reese.
Prosperina, the queen of the underworld, a Roman goddess, wife of the god Pluto and the Latin counterpart of the Greek goddess Persephone, or Persephone, however it's pronounced.
Oh, it's a fucking slot machine. Give me fucking strength now, Reese. This is a boss rush, isn't it? Yep.
One of these cards will probably give you a power up.
Oh, and like the first card I hit filled my health back up, which is good, but then the next two I hit took more health away. It's cool. I know what we're doing this time, because we killed this, like...
You're fighting the Bionicle again.
Yeah. Oh. I think what's going to happen is the more bosses we kill, the more Delph's health goes down. Oh fuck, it's the gargoyle again. Okay, yep. Right, go over the left. Throw axe, get out of the way of the tail. Oh, nice of Death to teleport us back to Italy.
Yep.
He gets great travel mileage.
It doesn't even need a visa.
Oh. Have you seen the Netflix series of Castlevania?
But so.
You'll never guess who they got to play the voice of Death.
Go on.
Malcolm McDowell.
Why is it that only human hands can reach into hell? Don't you think that's weirdly fucked up?
It sounds like something I'd find in Caligula.
Pretty much.
I've not seen that film.
You should. It's actually good. Like, don't watch the uncut version if you don't want the porno scenes, but, like, still. Like, McDowell does a good job.
In the uncut version, is there any scene that isn't pornographic that they put into the uncut version? Like, some director's cut stuff?
Well, no, the uncut version is the director's cut one, which has all the pornography in. Like
sounds like Derek Jarman's Tempest or something like that.
No, pretty much. Let's not get into a discussion on the show. But like, Caligula's worth a watch if you can get into it. Hang on a second. Of course. And now he's going to zoom around the screen like a child on Too Much Sugar. Oh, this is worse than the Castlevania 1 fight. No. Alright, they kept that moving from foot. No. Fuck.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, not a Castlevania game if the death fight's not complete bullshit. Oh, magic mirror on the wall. Sends me a skeleton 10 feet tall.
There's a mirror on the wall. Who's the spookiest of them all?
Yeah, that's the fucking Halloween version of Snow White. Oh, thank goodness it still has the same physics as Castlevania 4. There we go.
No, you didn't have to go through all of this again.
Yeah, it was nice of them to let me skip the boss rush. Oh, no, level's still going. Oh dear.
This isn't even my final form.
That wasn't even my real staircase. The real staircase is hidden out the back behind the Grim Reaper. What the fuck? Just like the hardest club to get into in Siberia.
Siberia?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Of all places, why Siberia?
It's the Gorgon!
Oh, have you just been transported to Vladivostok or something?
Apparently. Oh, here comes another bullshit boss rush, Reese.
You know, it's in Outer Manchuria.
Right, by the tail. Fuck. Honestly, this has got to be like the easiest fucking Medusa this game's thrown at me yet.
Friendly reminder, China was ruled by Siberians for a couple hundred years.
Really?
The Qing dynasty, they were Manchus.
Alright.
The Manchus were Tungusic people. The Manchu language is still alive, there are still Manchus in China. But Manchuria is just northeast China, and for hundreds of years the Manchus were dominant, but then there was mass Han immigration to Manchuria.
So just to tie this back into the original reason we started this playthrough, any interesting trivia on England during the First World War?
What do you want to know? That's such a broad question.
Just pick something fucking weird.
To be honest, I can't really think of much. There's well, you have the British troops involved in Gallipoli, and I think the last man off the beach in Gallipoli was Stanley Baldwin, or someone who would later become Prime Minister of the UK. Was the last man off the beach in Gallipoli.
Of course.
But British involvement in the First World War, I can tell you something relating to the Greeks.
Go on.
So, the British wanted the Greeks to enter the war because the Bulgarians and the Ottomans were obviously on the same side. And the British offered the Greeks to join the First World War on the British side, and they would offer them offered them Cyprus in return, which we got from the Ottomans after the Crimean War.
They threw it in with a free chair, but it was a flat pack.
Yeah, so we were going to give them Cyprus if they joined the First World War. They said no and then joined the First World War anyway after their king decided to get bitten by a monkey and then died.
I don't think he decided, Reese. I think that was an accident.
Yeah, he decided
Like,
to visit a monkey.
just the Bulgarian king goes out, "Today I shall be bitten by a monkey and die."
He was a Greek king, not a German king. Yeah, so
I can't do a Greek accent.
No, I'm trying to remember. No, I think that happened during the Greco-Turkish War in 1921, where the king was visiting his zoo or something like that. A monkey bit his finger accidentally. Then the wound got septic and he fucking died.
Of course.
It actually happened, and then Greece was entered into a massive political crisis because of a septic monkey bite. And it caused a huge political division. On one side there was the monarchists, and there was another side there was supporters of the Prime Minister Venizelos.
On the one side there was the monarchist, on the other side the zookeepers.
No, so Venizelos. Eleftherios Venizelos was the Prime Minister. And they had an early election, and then changed all the officers in the middle of a fucking war. Naturally, they lost that war.
Of course.
And got pushed out of Anatolia, and then the population transfer happened. But yeah, I think Venizelos was getting more power anyway, and then some event happened, I can't remember what it was, but then they joined the First World War anyway, but they didn't get Cyprus because they didn't take our offer. There was some political change, and then I think Venizelos brought them into the First World War.
Oh my god, this level's still
It was either Venizelos or it was the king. One of the two. I think the king was usually pro-British. Anyway, so they entered the First World War, they didn't get into Cyprus.
Naturally.
But they gave the Ottomans, they gave the Turks more of a bloody nose, and obviously increased more of their territory. Because the receding Ottomans and the Greeks thought, right, we want some of our land back. We'll take that, thank you very much. And in the peace negotiations, there was a proposed Republic of Pontus. You know Pontus.
Yeah, Pontus Pilate.
No. Northeastern Anatolia.
How fast can we annoy Reese by saying the wrong fact? I'm going to set Dracula showing up.
Yeah, northeastern Anatolia, a region called Pontus, where there was the famous Mithridates in ancient times. You must have heard of him, being a classic student.
Of course I've heard of Mithridates.
Yeah, Mithridates the Great of Pontus, Mithridates the Sixth. So that region, there was supposed to be a Republic of Pontus, but Venizelos said, yeah, no, we're not going to approve of this. Because it was just indefensible. So small, and the Turks would have overrun it, and then they, of course, did. During genocides. We probably shouldn't mention that, because we'll keep going.
We probably shouldn't mention that, so let's just mention it some more.
So yeah, there was that.
Dracula's looking a little purple. I think someone's been exposed to the English weather too much. That's why he needs the soil, because otherwise he looks like this from the British weather.
You see, a lot of the great trivia I know about war comes from the Second World War.
No, that's fair. We'll get on to a game in the Second World War eventually.
Yeah, there's not a lot of madness I know, because of course it ground to a halt in the Western Front for ages. But
you could say it was all quiet on the Western Front.
Ah, for God's sake. It was anything but quiet.
I know, but someone's gonna make shit puns while Sam's not here.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you what. The great poem about the Western Front in the First World War. You want to hear it?
Go on.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
put it up.
excellent.
Put it up on screen.
Oh, we will. Fuck, I actually don't think this is his final form. Really? You made me fight the Grim Reaper again, are you shitting me? Oh, we're getting into serious bullshit now, Reese. Dracula zooming around the room like a child in a candy shop. Fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, I remembered something else. The footage of the Western Front, footage of the, I think it was Battle of the Somme. When you look at archival footage of World War I, the Western Front, there's one short piece of film where there's a massive explosion. That was part of the attack, and the advance of the Newfoundlanders was delayed just so they could get that shot. And I think several Newfoundlanders died because their attack was delayed and they didn't take advantage of the blast long enough. But that footage was then used in British propaganda.
Some of the war trivia is kind of scummy when you look back on it.
Yeah, the Germans actually only have one gravesite in that area. I've been all around that area in Belgium. As you've heard of the Ypres salient, I've been all around that area myself.
Yep.
Ypres, of course, famous sites. There's Sonnenbeek, Passchendaele, Wittschede. The British soldiers had names for these towns. For example, Wittschede became White Sheet, just so they could understand them better. And there's all sorts of cemeteries there. Commonwealth Graves Commission has documents of all of them. But the Germans only have one. And that's a place called Langemark. The Germans only got one because obviously they lost the war and the Belgians didn't want them in their land any longer than they need to be. So they gave them 6 months to build the cemetery. And there are a lot of small stones, a couple of inches off the ground, that have usually about 10-15 names, or account for 10-15 people in one stone, or in one burial site, because obviously they did not have a lot of time. Yeah, and they only had the one cemetery.
Oh shit, he's got a third form. No!
So,
No! He's got a mouth on his crotch. Nope! Bad touch!
so a lot of the graves there say the names, but then ein unbekannter deutscher Soldat, an unknown German soldier, or drei unbekannte deutsche Soldaten, 3 unknown German soldiers. And right in the centre there is a huge mass grave, and they mark it out. It's either, and all around they have the names of people that they put in this mass grave. Again, they simply didn't have time to build any better form of burial for these soldiers. So there's huge stone plinths all around, huge monoliths all around this mass grave with the names of every person that they put into that huge grave.
2 hours later.
Oh, ravioli, bust open the coffinoli. Thing that was
I thought you were going to say Buzz Serpent Mechanic earlier for a minute.
Oh, that's not how it's pronounced. Oh, God. Ravioli, ravioli, send me the Dracula. Just Dracula gets revived, but they accidentally use the blood of Filthy Frank.
Yeah.
It's just a prank, bro.
Yeah, it's again. I go back to the Anthony Hopkins version of the film. How he becomes Dracula, he just stabs his sword into a stone statue, and suddenly it starts bleeding, and suddenly there's blood everywhere. And it's cursed blood that makes him a vampire. Everybody somehow knew that.
I'm pretty sure that's what most statues do in Romania. Very poor concrete over there. I was genuinely about to accuse Romania of being like a shill for the mob then.
Funny you should say that. I'm reminded of a story. So every now and then I found Romanian memes, I found Romanian pictures to show to my housemate. And I saw one which seemed to be a layer of curbs, like 3 curbs stacked on top of each other.
Go on.
And he explained to me, he said to me, "Oh, this is just a money laundering scheme."
Of course, as you do.
What happens is it's these companies have these public works. They just stack these curbs on top of each other, and they charge exorbitant prices. And the government contracts them to do this, so they pay these huge prices, which are absurd.
This is just a money laundering operation.
Yeah, he says it's corruption. He says it's money laundering. Everybody knows what it is.
Oh, you fucking done it! Oh, and it only took us like 5 minutes.
Yeah, there was one time the Parliament reconvened at midnight when everybody else was gone to convene an emergency meeting on a piece of legislation that would massively increase the cap of donations to certain political parties. Or
they met for emergency legislation to vote on whether or not to revoke Dracula's citizenship.
No, to vote on whether or not they could bribe each other even more ludicrous sums of money. So naturally, people found out about this, and they got really pissed off, and they went to Bucharest and rioted.
No, hang on, stop. What the fuck's going on with this architecture? We were supposed to be in the UK.
You got teleported to Australia, can't you remember?
Oh yeah, Australia with fucking Angel Island from Sonic. Good. The resurrection of Dracula's been stopped. This has been the shortest fucking one we've done yet, Reese. Good. On that note, we have a complete playthrough of Castlevania. We'll see you all for the next one, Reese.
Ooh, thanks for joining us.